Hello you guys, my name is Ryn and welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you the Reverie Springs Resort and Spa. You guys, this is one of my biggest builds to date, and my word, did this take me some time. It was a good challenge for me. I've wanted to start building bigger builds. I wanted to take on that challenge and I finally did it. And even though the result is extremely satisfying because of how many hours you put into it, and by the way, I put 13 plus hours into this build, and that's just build time, not editing time or anything like that, just build time alone. So putting all of that time and effort into it, and then having the final result, I mean, there's just a big sense of satisfaction. So I am in love with this build. Blood, sweat, and tears went into it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So this build was inspired by a real life, an IRL hotel that exists in Palm Springs, and that hotel is called the Saguaro. And I've actually been there, and it is this gorgeous, gorgeous hotel in Palm Springs. I'm being redundant, but I don't care. And there are different colors all along the outside of it. So essentially, once you walk into the courtyard, I've never actually stayed there, I'll be honest. I've always wanted to, but it's a little pricey. It's not outlandish, but it's still a smidge. Yeah. You gotta have a decent pocket of simoleons if you get what I'm saying. But nonetheless, it's not crazy, but it's still expensive. There you go. But I've never actually stayed there, but I have gone into the courtyard of the Saguaro. And first of all, the courtyard is gorgeous. It's just green, green, green. Lovely green everywhere. And there is a beautiful pool. And then there's a bocce court, or I don't know what you call it. Is it a bocce ball court? I don't know. But they have a bocce ball court, so I actually went and played bocce ball there, and it's just so inviting on the inside. But when you're in the courtyard, you get the full idea of the hotel, the full spectrum. And I literally mean the spectrum, because when you stand in the middle, you just see the colors and how they change from one room to the next. And this is all on the outside, so I promise I wasn't peeping Tom in on anyone. But it's all on the outside of the building, of the hotel, and every section is a different color, which, given a 360 view in the courtyard, is magical. I mean, you're just enveloped in a rainbow, in a concrete rainbow, but it's the most beautiful concrete rainbow. And if you don't believe me, go look up pictures, and honestly, better yet, I will put a link to the hotel in the description below. Hashtag not sponsored. I wish. I wish I was that G to be able to get a sponsorship from the Saguaro Hotel to build something on their behalf in The Sims. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day that'll happen, but this is not the day, and this is not sponsored. But you'll see, and you might have saw at the beginning, a lot of, like I said, this build is inspired by that colorful prism, spectrum, vibrancy that the Saguaro has. And honestly, this is a rough interpretation of it. It's not identical at all. And maybe one day I'll actually tackle doing the Saguaro myself. But this is definitely a nod to that glorious, glorious hotel in Palm Springs. My gosh, it's beautiful. I still, to this day, I can't get over how gorgeous it is. So anyway, now that you have the whole backstory, again, this is the Reverie Springs Resort and Spa, and let me tell you a little bit about it. So you'll see I have been doing a lot of, well, at this point you will have seen a lot of rooms have gone in to this new hotel, and it boasts 9 rooms total. That should be right. 9 rooms total, and there are 6 economy rooms, so essentially 6 smaller rooms, and then there are 3 larger suites. So they are beautiful. I am in love with them, and I think they came together pretty darn well. Now, what's nice about having the larger suites is that there is a wedding venue on site. And the suites can act as little, bride and groom getting ready suites or whatever you call those. I completely forget nowadays. But yeah, they act as suites for the bride and groom, and there are plenty of rooms for guests to stay in. So a bridal party, your Sims bridal party, can buy out the entire hotel, reserve a block of rooms, whatever they wish, and then get married in the wedding. I was going to call it a chapel. It's not a chapel. It's a room? The wedding room? So I guess that's what you'd call it. But yes, so romantic. I know. So that, on top of being able to use all of the amenities, which include the pool downstairs and a glorious formal kitchen on the 3rd floor, and then on the very tippy top 4th floor. And by the way, that pool goes away from the roof because it just didn't make any sense there, and it took up a whole lot of space on the 4th floor. So that's why the pool ends up down in front, like you saw from the beginning pictures. But anyway, on the very tippy top floor is a glorious spa, which is just so inviting. And in fact, where on some of the balconies, actually the ones that you just saw, you can get a foot massage while sitting on the balcony enjoying the beautiful view of Oasis Springs. I mean, could it get any better for your Sims? I think not. So there are just so many things to do here. It is a destination spot. In fact, your Sims could live here comfortably for the rest of their lives and never go home. There's everything they need is here. So you are seeing, well, you almost just saw the spa go in, and actually here we are finally. All right. Yes. The spa actually features a gym, a yoga room, 4 bathrooms, 2 of which are connected to the yoga room, 2 of which are connected to the gym. And there are 3 locker rooms, 2 massage table rooms, 1 sauna, and 1 mud bath room. There we go. I knew I'd get my words eventually. So again, plenty to do. And like I mentioned before, 2 foot massage stations out on the balconies, specifically the balconies that are attached to the massage table rooms. And I was going to have, like you just saw right there, I was going to have every single balcony have a foot massage station, but I was like, I really want the Sims to be up in the spa. I don't want other treatments to be going on anywhere else in the hotel. So we just reserved 2 for the top. And trying to see what's going on. It took, like I said, this build took 13 hours, but that's because I wanted to make sure that all of the details were right. And it took me a long time to make sure everything balanced out. I initially started with the balconies on the outside, the multicolored balconies, which is really the feature of this build. And that inspired the bedrooms, which was really the second aspect that I focused on for this build. And the bedrooms informed everything else. Everything else is designed around the bedrooms and the balconies, and I think that it works. I think it developed into this vibrant, upscale but still relaxed space resort that it's fun. I mean, that's why it's called Reverie. It's like a dream, it's like a fantasy, and yet, like the word itself, Reverie, there's a sense of playfulness, and that's exactly what I wanted for this resort and spa. And my gosh, I do think it works, and all the colors together, and the fact that there are so many colors, and it's just such a happy, inviting, relaxing space, and I couldn't be more happy with the results. And I hope you guys like it too. And I'm trying to think of anything else I'd like to mention. Really what I want to talk about, it comes more towards the end of this speed build. Well, it comes at the end of the speed build section, I guess you could say. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know. Okay. It did take me some time to really refine everything. Again, the 13 plus hours put into building this really went into the details and making sure that everything was just right. I didn't want to overdo anything. I didn't want to underdo anything. That's not even a word. But I just wanted this to be just right. I mean, if I was going to take the time, I was going to make sure that it all worked out. And actually, I found that I was having trouble filling the space with things that I thought would be meaningful to a resort. But then my husband actually suggested doing a wedding venue, and I don't know why I didn't think of it. Maybe it was because I was so far into this already that my mind was just exhausted from coming up with ideas. But he had that good idea. No, actually, this is the storage room. I'm really proud of that. And I wanted to tell you about this. So there's a little galley kitchen and a storage room right next door to the wedding venue. Why? Because if your Sims throw a wedding there and say you forgot food or you have a caterer coming in, you don't have to go all the way up to the dining room kitchen to do anything like to bake the cake or to have the caterer serve food. So you don't have to go up there. There's a galley kitchen right next door to the wedding venue, which makes it so easy. And then a quote unquote storage room that isn't functional. It's more just for aesthetics, but to give you the idea of, hey, if you needed more chairs or if you needed more candles or anything, then there's a storage room full of things that you could use. So I wanted to point that out too. Up in the kitchen, so in order to access the spa, you actually have to go through the dining room. That's just how it is, and I think it's fine. And by the way, there are public bathrooms on the first floor and third floor where the dining room, formal dining room is. So wedding guests, they can either go upstairs or downstairs to access the bathrooms, just so you guys know. And all of the landings are just influenced again by the colors from the outside of the build. And then I'm trying to see exactly where we are. So, oh man. I saved the bathroom and put it in the gallery so that I could reset it in other places to make sure it worked. In fact, I had actually put the bathrooms on the same floor as the wedding venue, but then I realized there was nowhere for the Sims to walk to access the stairs, and I was like, well, that's not helpful. But anyway, okay, here's finally what I wanted to start talking about a little bit, and that is the reception. I think it looks really nice, if I do say so myself. I wanted to make it look elegant, inviting, colorful, but not overdone. There's a really big 4-stall bathroom on the first floor, right to the left of reception. And then to the right of reception, the first door, the first box there, is actually the office. The office for all of the workers and, the employees, the staff who run the front desk, and potentially to any security that would need to be there. There's also a bar on the first floor so that you can quench your thirst. And then the furthest box, the furthest room away from reception to the right of reception is the business center. So I wanted to make sure that there's a place for Sims to, check into any flights, upcoming flights, check into other hotels that they may be visiting in their next trip. It's just a good little center, or to print out tickets for that show that they're going to. So yeah, it has everything one could ever want, I suppose. And just a little thing about the office too. There's like a big old bag of money, which I thought was really funny. So just a little treat for you guys there and a little bit of humor. And as far as the landscaping goes, I really wanted to keep the same feel as the neighborhood, and the grass that's actually on, either side that's flanking the property, that's grass that already exists in Oasis Springs on this lot on either side, and you can't edit it. And so I just thought, well, let's just keep with that theme, keep with that style of landscaping, and mimic it in our landscaping, which I think is nice. It just draws everything together, brings everything together in this build. And we put the finishing touches on this build, just added grass everywhere, a little bit of it's not lawn trim, but oh my gosh, I forget the thing. Anyway, fencing, that little short fencing, cool. And a pool with some nice lighting and great places to sit. And one of my favorite things that I finally put in a build were these chairs that are just so bright and happy, and that you'll eventually see real soon here. And I absolutely love them. I also put AC units on top just to keep it real. Guys, the pictures are coming up next, so I will catch you at the end. Guys, that does it for the Reverie Springs Resort and Spa. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying your time here. You guys can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and the Sims 4 Gallery, all RynAsInWin, and you can find this build on the Sims 4 Gallery as well. Just look for me, RynAsInWin. You guys, like I always say, the internet is a very busy place, so I am honored that you chose to spend your time here with me today. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time.